HQTs, welcome to our big Sunday game, and it's bigger than ever with 220,000 plus of you in the game right now. New time, but same massive prize. Did you see the Rich List 2018 is out, and we have 11 more billionaires in Britain than we did last year. Our wealthiest guy, Jim Ratcliffe, is worth a cool 21 bill, and if you win tonight's game, you could be hot on his heels. Well, maybe a few miles back. I'm Sharon Carpenter, your guide on this road to riches, and this is HQ Trivia, where your brain matter can make your pockets a whole lot fatter. The rules to play are simple. I'm going to ask you a series of questions from easy to hard. You've got 10 seconds to tap the answer. You get it correct, you move on. Answer all 12 right, and you win or you split the cash. And tonight we have a Rich List worthy £8,000 up for grabs. That could help you live like a billionaire for at least a little bit. Floss in a Ferrari with the music blasting, snag a suite at the Savoy minibar not included, or opt for a 24-carat gold facial. But before you waste the cash, you've got to taste the cash. Let the quizzing begin. Here we go. Q1. Which of these is a popular name for a portable handheld two-way radio? Runny Speaky, Walkie-Talkie, City Chatty. I guess any of them could sort of work, but only one is the popular name here. While you could just sit and chat, it was made to be used on the move. They called it an SCR 300, but the rest of us called it a walkie-talkie, of course. Not too tough here on Q1, 237,000 if you're walking and talking your way to the next round. Developed and used heavily by Allied forces in World War II, the original walkie-talkies were actually backpack-mounted units, a little clunky on the back. Q2, what does the T in T-Rex stand for? Tyrannosaurus. Tiny, tickly. Hopefully this one's not a troublesome one for you. Another T for you there. What does that T stand for? They did have tiny arms, but that wasn't the first thing you'd notice if one was coming at you. Literally, the king of the tyrant lizards is Tyrannosaurus Rex, of course. 235,000 of you with a sizable win here. We aren't sure if the T-Rex was ticklish, but you're welcome to go back 65 million years to try to find out the hard way. Okay, it's shout out time. Hello to Lewis, Zoe and Linda from Nottingham Trent Uni. Good luck to Zoe with tomorrow's exam. Hi to Jasmine taking her SATs tomorrow. What's up, Tracy, Dan, Alfie, Billy and Lizzie. Hi to Mark and Abby in Bath. Kirsty and Emma just getting back from their New York trip. And Kim and Mark who've been renovating the garage all day. Also, happy birthday to Sunny Ford from Blushes. Good luck to all of you players in the game. Q3, which of these politicians has not been a contestant on Strictly Come Dancing? Anne Widdecombe, Edwina Curry, Nadine Dorres. Everyone's been on Strictly Come Dancing, aside from one of these people. They've all been on reality shows, but who has yet to embarrass herself on the dance floor, keeping her rumba strictly to herself? It's Nadine Dorres for the win here on Q3. 148,000 if you're dancing onwards. We lost about 80,000 if you're there, sadly. Now, she may have a safe seat in Parliament, but Dorres was voted off I'm a Celebrity in the first week. Q4, who used ration coupons to pay for her own wedding dress? Princess Margaret, the Queen Mother, the Queen. You wouldn't expect that from the royals. Royalty seem above most things, but even they couldn't get around the post-war rationing. Vouchering her way down the aisle, it was the Queen, Queen Elizabeth. Your winning answer here. And that was our first savage question of the game. 110,000 of you gone. Ouch, that one really hurts. It was a toughie. 38,853 of you are still hanging with us with the royal win there. Now, Lizzie was sent coupons by fans across the country, but had to return them as it was illegal to transfer them. Yeah. Q5. Which of these features differentiates birds from other animals? Feathers, binocular vision, flight. You gotta embrace your differences, HQTs. Birds may dominate the skies, but bats and David Blaine can fly too. Only birds can preen, though, as only they have feathers. That's the answer we were looking for here on Q5. 21,050 of you are flying forward, as well as helping them fly. Birds also use their feathers for attracting mates, temperature control, and dusting Victorian houses as well. Q6, a classical story involving a mulberry tree inspired which of these Shakespeare plays, As You Like It, The Tempest, Romeo and Juliet? A mulberry tree, not a pine, not an oak. A mulberry tree. You thought Shakespeare was boring? Try reading a story that inspired him. Ovid's rom-com gone very wrong. It was Romeo and Juliet that it inspired. And that was an utterly savage one. That one was painful to watch. Yes, it was. 18,000 of you gone. 2,657 of you still hanging tight here. Now, Pyramus and Thisbe were ill-fated Babylonian lovers who planned to meet under the tree, but did something a lot more tragic instead. Q7. What was the first chilled ready meal sold in the UK? Crispy pancakes, lasagna, chicken Kiev. I used to live on this stuff when my mum was out of town. Freezers were already full of ready meals, but which of these dishes was the first in the fridge? Stuffed the less gross way. Chicken Kiev for the tasty win here. And that was a tasty win for 1,387 of you. Doubling up on the first, this was also the debut of the Chicken Kiev itself. Q8 in the Bond franchise. What does the second E stand for? Inspector, executive, espionage, extortion. Not the first E. We're talking the second E here. They may be the dark masters of espionage, but they left that out of their public branding. Settling for the far more friendly sounding choice is extortion. Extortion, your winning answer here on Q8. 289 of you still hanging tight in the game. Spectre stands for Special Executive for Counterintelligence, Terrorism, Revenge, and Extortion. Say that 3 times fast. Q9. According to a published report, which was not in the top 10 most commonly used computer passwords of 2017, let me in, ABC123, I love you. Time to change your passwords, methinks. We see hackers as criminal geniuses, but it seems we're just total idiots. The least predictable password here, but it's still as easy as ABC123. That's your answer right there. Just 96 of you passing Q9 here. You thought you were breaking the mold with QWERTY, didn't you? Well, it's at number 4 on Splash Data's list. Moving on to Q10, the Netherlands' historical independence struggles are known by which of these names? 7 Years' War, 80 Years' War, 100 Years' War. Are you going to win this war of words? The film Independence Day lasted 145 minutes, but how long did the Netherlands' real version go on for? Just shy of a century. It was the 80 Years' War. That is a long war right there, and 76 of you knew it. The 100 Years' War was between Britain and France. It actually lasted somewhere between 116 and 838 years. Q11, we are getting so close. Which of these characters first appeared in a boy's paper in the 1900s? Sherlock Holmes, Huckleberry Finn, Billy Bunter. Were you around back then to see it? Maybe not. 3 magnetic heroes, but who had their first adventure in the magnet? Better at stuffing his face than cracking a case. It's Billy Bunter for the win here on Q11. 31 of you got that right. Bunting at the ready, folks, because we are moving on to the final round. 31 players left in the game. Another 7 using their extra lives to get back in. A massive £8,000 up for grabs right now. Good luck to each and every one of you. Q12. According to the BPI, the most popular 70s track streamed in 2017 was by which act? Jackson 5, Bee Gees, Earth, Wind and Fire. Fingers are crossed for you. It wouldn't be a 70s playlist without all of them, but whose 40-year-old track was played a whopping 17.5 million times last year, proving that nothing gets you streamed like appearing on the Trolls soundtrack. It was September by Earth, Wind and Fire for the win here on Q12. And we have 13 winners, my lovelies. Massive congratulations to our 13 winners on this record-setting game. Over 220,000 players we began with, just 13 left standing. Well done. You are taking home 615 pounds and 39p. We've got Van G right there looking like a mannequin. We've got Wilco 2205, nice hat and tash. We've got Cameron B, 123, Young Cleo as well. Well done to all of you. What are you going to do with that grand amount of cash? Stock up on some chicken Kiev, get a brand new feather duster, throw a 70s party to celebrate. How about that? There's a lot you could do with the cash. What an incredible game, HQTs. You came, you played, and you certainly slayed. Come check me out on the socials. You can find me. I'm right here. Request your shout outs for tomorrow and let me know how you did tonight. There'll be more cash to splash at 3 p.m. tomorrow. You'll have yet another chance to get £550 richer. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Woo!